give that a second to come up and make sure the video has fixed itself. There we go. And I think it's still doing it. I hope this wasn't because I updated my graphics drivers, because that would suck. And potato left. Damn it.
Oh, he forgot to subscribe.
Oh no. Okay, are you broken, Twitch? Okay, now it righted itself.
Yeah, I'm not noticing any graphics or anything like that. Well, not graphics, but fragments.
Hmm?
I'm not noticing any fragmentation or anything like that.
Yeah, the artifacting. Yeah, I think it might have
Artifacting.
disappeared.
Yep.
Stick with me, kid.
Right.
Oh, it's happening on my browser. I will check the recording. Because it may just be because I'm watching it on Edge, and Edge isn't exactly the best browser. Alright, so I'm gonna get my music set up. And then, does anyone need to use the restroom or anything like that before we start?
Actually, I could do that.
Alright.
And I've got the links, so.
So I will be right back.
I will actually post in Naka's Discord, see if anyone wants to join us.
You guys a Discord channel?
Yes.
Oh yeah, he made an official one.
Would you like a link to join it, or?
I'm good.
Alright. Just thought I would ask.
Did he make that recently?
Friday night?
Yep.
I
Watch
would
him make it.
I would say, like, when did he make a Discord? Now that's another thing we gotta mention more this season, the Discord channel.
Yeah. I need to remember while I'm in here to, when I take the stream down, to add a link to the little bottom panel thing for that
Right.
in the Steam group. Does it still do this shit on Chrome? This is now being a bother. One of these days I'll get multiple monitors. Yeah, I think it's just Edge being a problem. I can live with this.
Let's see.
Because, yeah, Chrome is not having any issues.
Hmm.
Okay,
right
I'm
n-
back.
Yeah, I was gonna say right now we're just waiting, but yeah, I was
Who's
having
Baroque again?
somebody who's possibly from Naka's chat, Naka's Discord, or
Uh,
we've been found by people.
I put out a link
Mm.
itself.
But yeah, we were having some artifacting on Microsoft's Edge browser, but not on Chrome, so I don't know what's going on.
I was having a little bit of flickering on Chrome, but it wasn't really bad.
So, are we ready to start this monstrosity?
I guess.
Is Twilight back? I haven't heard much from him.
I've been here all the time.
Alright.
Yeah, we were having some flickering problems during the last review.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good, I am mod. Alright, so I am going to start this thing.
Alright.
Unless there are any objections to that.
Nope. Oh, yeah. For those who are watching, be sure to follow the channel so you can
Be notified when we go live.
yeah.
Also, it makes us look better.
Yeah. I mean, it's a new channel, so the numbers are going to be kind of low for a while.
But at least the awesome place about this is if we do get somebody popular, we don't have to worry about a chat limit.
This is true.
I remember the day we hit our limit on TalkShoe. That was fun.
That happened a few times.
Well,
Like,
I was only around for one of them, I think.
yeah. Noted.
So I'm
What is?
going... Oh,
I guess I'll take a link to Naka's Discord anyway.
alright, I will get that to you after the review.
All right. So we'll be getting going here.
Alright, yeah. I'm going to start stereo mix in 3, 2, 1.
All right. Welcome to the second Fragments of Silicon review for the week. This time around, we are looking at a game called Beholder. Despite what the title may signify, it has nothing to do with Dungeons and Dragons.
Aw,
Like, I like
disappointed at that. Sorry.
I'm like, the game seems to be going for Eye of the Beholder kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
Like, although instead of beauty, it's more morality.
Uh-huh.
It's like, but a bit on that later. So first of all, the game is developed by Warm Lamp Games. They're a recently formed independent studio. They're out of Siberia. It shows in the
There
game.
are people there?
That's rude.
Yes.
Sorry.
Anyway, yes, there are people there. It's like, point being, I'm like, you can tell that this was a product from the former Soviet Union.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, and the game was published by Alawar Entertainment. A bit odd there because, well, Alawar Entertainment's known for casual stuff. You know, they're known for like colorful match 3 puzzlers and stuff like that. You know, that's not to say that they don't do these games, but in the West, you're gonna think more the Treasures of Montezuma or Farm Frenzy than any of their hardcore products.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but they are also, they are a Russian publisher, so it's easy to see how these two entities got together. Right. Anyway, so Beholder is a management sim, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, it's not, it's not a city management sim. It's more, you're managing an apartment. And, you know, the Beholder is, well, you are Carl. You are a government landlord of the state. And the game is pretty, how do I say, over the top with the Orwellian nightmare imagery.
Yeah, I heard it compared to Papers, Please. Only obviously you're in an apartment building instead of a customs booth.
It's definitely in that vein. In fact, it's one of the game in like the Orwell pack or something like that. Like, there's a bunch of games you can get on Steam that have a similar theme. This, Papers, Please, a game actually called Orwell, and This War of Mine. It's a bit of an outlier because that's more about the horrors of World War. No, I'm thinking of Valiant Heroes. This War of Mine is more about surviving in a post-apocalyptic wasteland than dealing with an Orwellian nightmare. There is a difference.
Yeah, the Orwellian nightmare is caused by the buildup of society, and a post-apocalyptic disaster is caused by the collapse of society.
Right. Anyway, so Carl is tasked to be the new puppet of the state here. It's like, I'm like, it's pretty typical fascist stuff. Well, maybe I'm like, or totalitarian.
Yeah,
I
it's more
guess
totalitarian than fascism.
Well,
you have to spy on your tenants, and
well, it's like, technically speaking, this would be communist. I'm like, there's a
communism and fascism are both totalitarian.
Yes, they are, but I'm talking in terms of the political spectrum. They could not be further apart.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, as somebody who studied 1920s Germany, there is a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they are pretty. It's called horseshoe theory. It's like the political extremes of the right and left are actually a lot more similar than they are different. But those differences can be very fucking different.
Yes.
But anyway, yeah, you are supposed to keep order and follow the directives of the state, through whatever means necessary. That includes, spying in various ways, security cameras, breaking and entering, what have you. Like,
Was it really breaking if you have a key?
No, actually, it's not, I think.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure legally breaking and entering actually does have to involve breaking.
Yeah, it's like, breaking and entering is still technically illegal, though.
Otherwise, it would be just unlawful entry.
Yeah, I'm like, because if you get caught by one of the tenants, that will affect things. Not very much, at least not initially, but it's like kind of the more it happens, the more of an unfavorable opinion they will have about you. And
Right.
your reputation is kind of important because that ties into what they will, tell you. It's like the friendlier they are, the more that they will reveal information to you, and that's another mechanic of the game. It's like gathering up intel, and it can be any intel, like hobbies, likes, wants, dreams, anything.
Number of bodies they have hidden in their closet.
Well, it's like that.
Which in this setting might actually be non-zero.
Yeah, it's like, well, in this setting, if that happens, then you move up to the next step. There's kind of there's two steps. There's the profile, and then there's like the arrest request, if they call it. But it's like there's the gathering information, and then there's the making things happen. I'm like, I'll be honest, I'm not sure if this system was as robust as I thought it was going to be, because, well, another one of the mechanics of the game is every day a new directive by the state will be issued, and it announcing that something is banned, and it's completely arbitrary. Yes, it's another nature on the stature of totalitarianism.
Yeah, like one of the things in mine was apples are now banned.
Right. And I actually took that into account. Like one of the missions I was on was there was a political dissident or someone they thought was a political dissident. A political dissident in this case is somebody they don't like. And you're tasked with getting them evicted. And there's a couple ways you can do, or at least I think there is. I tried planting an apple in their apartment, but I couldn't figure out how to trigger. They've got an apple in their apartment. Stage. How to catch them with contraband. Maybe they have to pull it out.
Huh.
It's like that's a thing you should be able to do.
Well, what do you do if you find something that's there that you didn't plant?
I'm like,
admittedly, this game is really vague on what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure is completely different from real-world totalitarian paranoid societies.
I'm like, I think you're supposed to catch them in the act. That's what they show. That's why the purpose of having the hidden cameras are there. You can see into the apartment, and if they're doing something illegal, you can call the police. But I'm like, I just noted that, okay, I planted some evidence. That should be enough. It's like, for me to call the police. It's like, even if I
Hello?
Yeah, I was about to say, Adam, did you disappear?
is the nice route.
There you
Adam,
are.
you just dropped for a little bit there. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I might want to say that over again.
Right. Okay. Where did I drop?
You cut off in that middle of that sentence.
Anyway, what I was saying is I wasn't sure how to do what should be quick and easy route. Just plant some evidence, call the police, bim bam, you're done. Now, it's like that. Like I said, like being able to call the police should be easier than it is. Although not without consequence. Like if there's no pretext, they'll get on your ass kind of deal. It's one of those. It's a subtle flaw, but it's a flaw nonetheless. At least from my vantage point. If it's in there, then it's not very well explained.
Yeah. Because
So,
most of the tutorial of the game is basically movement.
mhm. Anyway, yeah. So the nice way is, getting getting the guy to flee the city, but as it turns out, he's been blacklisted, and you got to go through the blacklist. You've got to, and then where I ended, you've got to get him tickets. And I wasn't exactly sure who to talk to in that case.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and also worth noting, missions are on a timer. There are two kinds of missions. There are the main missions, which are missions of the state. Those are your highest priority because if you don't fulfill your tasks, well, you see what happens in the beginning of the game. They take the previous landlord away.
After
And,
beating the living crap out of him.
Well, and the it's like the implication is they're at all times.
Yes,
It's like
you will be disappeared.
yeah, it's like, yeah, yeah, you will fulfill your duty, or you are gone.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
you take a ride on the nice metal car.
Yeah, but you also have a family, and they have their own wants, needs, and desires. I'm like, it's also like, I'm guessing some of the mechanics are more commentary on how hard life is in a totalitarian state because, doing certain things costs a lot of money, and you're probably not going to be able to do them. Like,
But you'll still be required to do them.
Not required. I'm talking about, like, there are some family problems that arose where I was just before I ended. It's like Carl's son is about to get kicked out of university unless he gets like $15,000. His daughter needs medical treatment, but the medical contraband import stuff, so that costs like $20,000. It's like, these things are starting to pile up, and there really doesn't seem to be a lot Carl can do in terms of money. Like, I got money, but it's not enough.
Yeah. Supposedly you can get more money by doing the more not state-friendly approaches, like blackmailing and stuff like that.
Right. And the game's tagline is every choice matters, or something like that. Every choice has consequences. Like, as if everything here is big and profound. It's not. Like, granted, I couldn't say how long an average storyline session is because I only had a chance to play about 3.5, 4 hours of the game. Because even during the holidays, doing things, playing Darksiders was a long task. But now playing it for about 4 hours certainly got a sense of what the game is.
Yeah.
And it's a management game with a political bent, and it definitely makes things more interesting. But it definitely falls into the usual management game annoyances. Like, there will be downtime. There will be times when you're just waiting for things to happen because advancement is reliant on characters either being gone or being there. And, they have their own schedules. And, thankfully there is a fast forward feature. In terms of mechanics, if you've played a management sim, you've played this. It's not really breaking any molds there, right? The most unique thing is the whole totalitarian angle. And, as I mentioned, it's really hammered in, from all the text, the art style. Everyone's in black shadows, to give everyone a sinister look, if need be, and anonymous members of the state kind of deal.
Mhm.
You know, I'm like the music. Shit, I'm like I'm remembering. I believe the music was tied into the theme, but I'm like, I'll be damned if I can remember a single track.
Yeah.
Worth noting is the soundtrack to this game is available as a free download, no less.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you don't want to buy the game, you can get the soundtrack for whatever reason. Twilight, what were your impressions of the game? I know you played this as well.
Actually, I didn't.
Yeah, I was the only one who played it.
Oh, that's surprising. I thought I saw you like on the Steam thing, like you had played the game.
Yeah. I put it in about an hour.
No, I only see you two guys and Wes Schneider.
Anyway,
Sorry.
I suppose the main drawback for me and what had me unenthused playing the game is, well, there's no easy way to say it. The current political climate here, well, not just in the States, but in the world, like, not going to get into politics too much because, people are aware of what's going on. But, it's like the rise of the far right is definitely a thing. It's not just happening in the U.S., it's happening around the globe. And I suppose that makes this game an important one at this point in time. To have commentaries on totalitarian governments. Although, once again, this isn't really talking about the right side of the equation. This is more the left side of the equation. That's just what the Soviet Union was. It was a communist totalitarian dictatorship.
You sound like one of those fascist commies.
Yeah, like fascists and communists.
I know.
I just want to make that clear for anyone who doesn't know the fucking difference. Like, calling one the other was an insult.
Yes, they are very much opposite in pretty much all ways, except for the fact that they really like oppressing most of their citizenry.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, I'm like, plus, in spite of what's been going on, we're not actually living in an Orwellian society. Like, what's going on right now is kind of different from what's going on here. So it's still enough where I'm not really enthused about, playing a depressing totalitarianistic simulator. But I'm like, and I guess that's where I'll end things. It's not an amazing game, but it's definitely an important one that needs to exist and more people need to play. It's like, I know there are people who play games just for fun and all that stuff, but I'm like, we've kind of moved on from the games are just fun stage of development.
Mm-hmm.
And a game like Beholder is definitely a showcase in that direction. This is definitely our game's art argument right here, because this is a game that's not just making an artistic statement; it's making a I won't say a highly charged political statement, because in general you're not you're gonna find
because
people,
totalitarianism sucks is not supposed to be a highly charged statement.
Yeah, I'm like, obviously there are people who think totalitarianism is just keen, but those are people who usually stand to benefit from the system. So the point is, saying like totalitarianism is terrible isn't exactly the most profound statement in the universe. still, this offers a new way of experiencing that because you're the one making the choices. I just think it lacks the finesse of Papers, Please. Like,
Mhm.
it's trying to subject you to the same pressures and the same choices that game had. But here's the thing: Papers, Please really, really didn't let off on the pressure. You have a lot of time to complete your tasks.
In this game?
Truth be told,
No,
yes.
but you're saying in this game
Like,
you do
especially
have
the
a lot of time.
Yes, that's the difference I'd say between this and Papers, Please. Papers, Please.
Papers, Please is really unrelenting, and you basically, your choice in Papers, Please is less, are you going to succeed or are you going to fail? It's more like, how are you going to fail and how fast will it be?
Right. And Papers, Please is also showcasing how quickly somebody can, submit to the system.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of lost in Beholder because there are time pressures, but like I had I have enough time for downtime. That was not a thing in Papers, Please. At least, or if it was really early. Like that's one of the things that really made Papers, Please in my mind. Just the pressure to get results and the shortcuts that happen to get those results.
And the pressure to fudge things so that you get the results that people are demanding.
That is a fucking profound statement on not just totalitarianism but authoritarianism. This, this less so. It's still a statement, but it's still it's a more generic statement on totalitarianism compared to Papers, Please. If I'm being honest. That's not to say it's a bad statement. It's just not my first. It's not my first choice when it comes to totalitarianism simulators. Can't speak
Which
to.
is a genre now.
Yeah, it's like, I'm like I said, there's another game called Orwell. So, and apparently this War of Mine is part of that set now. So anyway, so finally pricing. Beholder will run you $10. I think that that's a perfectly fair price. That's about where I'd go. Expect it to be a little less during Steam sales. Like I think it was $6 during the winter sale, but
something like that.
$10 for a game like this. I'm like I said, sadly I didn't get enough time to go through a full story, but and that's the thing. You can play more than once, and obviously a lot of replayability is going through different choice sets. So yeah, I think that'll about do it on Beholder. And indeed, that will about do it for this session of the reviews. These are our first recordings of 2017. We're breaking in the new recording studio or the recording venue. We'll probably be using many names for it. Point being, we're on Twitch now, so if you follow us, be sure to follow our Twitch channel so you can be informed of when we go live. Also, we have a Discord channel now. Petty Fan, what is the link there?
It varies. There's no set URL for Discords.
Yeah, Discord, I have to generate an invite link.
Okay.
Like, I have a permanent one available on my Twitter channel, but
yeah,
I'll also have one generated and put on the recording Twitch page.
Yeah. Anyway, coming up this week, we will be welcoming to the back to the program Audi from Sekai Project. We were supposed to have him on a couple months ago, but he was traveling and this got delayed at the last minute. I'm like, we'll be talking about a number of games. Um, we'll be talking about the games we reviewed last time, like, and we'll be talking about some recently released products like Spiral. Um, we might be reviewing that game depending on if we get game codes, but we do have one review set for this week. It's the Book of Unwritten. This was provided by THQ Nordic. And really, it was the only way we were going to review the game because this the Book of Unwritten Tales 2 hails from 2015. So that's usually out of our window of review. But, you know, they provided it, so we're obligated to review it. That's how it goes. So until Wednesday, I wish you good gaming.
Alright, and that should be good. Good night, peoples in the chat. We have business to do. So later, everybody.